All right, guys. So listen, Thursday night, we're going to kick this off already recording. So I'm going to go straight to POL and I'm going to do everything tonight from Primerica Online. This is where you guys should be looking as well. Like people ask me all the time, like, hey, what do I do for this in this state? And I'm going to say, I don't know. Because one, it changes all the time. Because let's be honest, every state regulates their own insurance. So if it changes all the time, can you memorize it? No, you know what it was the last time you looked. But here's what I'd like everybody to do. Like if you're at a computer or you're somewhere where you can go do this, just follow along with me because it's going to help you as well. So go to Primerica Online. If you're brand new, right, and you go to primericaonline.com on your computer, it will likely look like your app first, and it will bring up your bonus page when you log in. And then I'll show you how an easy way to actually get to where I'm going to be from there. All right. So if you're brand new, like Victoria is here right now, she's not licensed. I can see her, right? She's got her camera on, she's engaged. So if you're on your computer and you click those three lines on the left-hand side, you get that menu. Well, if you scroll down here towards the bottom, you should see a little like bar, a spot that says Primerica Online. If you can see that right now in the chat, then like just type I can see it or I see it or something. Just let me know you guys are live, right? Like if you see it, just type see it or got it or anything, just anything. Let me know you're live in the Zoom chat. Good, 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 good. I'm mostly concerned with people that are not licensed yet because this is what you're going to have to do, right? So if you click that, it's going to bring you right back here, right? So this is your homepage. All sorts of announcements and everything live here, but every one of these things at the top are all drop-down menus. Okay. So if we're looking at these and you're thinking, man, I need to figure out something with my life license, which one of these should I click? If I was going to click something to figure out something for my life licensing, well, I mean, I'm no math magician, right? I'm not, but I would click life licensing. So let's click that and let's see what happens. So if you click get your life license, something cool happens, right? Something magical. Come down here, you have a licensing bucket and a licensing, pre-licensing education sort of bucket. Each one of these has a drop down for every single state that you could possibly ever imagine, right? And all of the Canadian provinces. It also has the US territories. I mean, Guam, right? Puerto Rico, just so you guys know, we're literally everywhere. All right. So let's see, where's a bunch of people? South Carolina, right? South Carolina. So if I was in South Carolina and I'm getting licensed and I'm brand new and I want to just know what to do, well, I would come down here, I would click South Carolina. This little chart here at the top tells you all of the basics for every single state. Oh, God bless. I went too far. It took me backwards. Hang on. Well, you can see it again. Life license, get your life license, come down under licensing, go pick the state that you want. And up here at the top, it tells you everything, right? So if you went through a classroom, 16 hours, that's a 2-day course, 8 hours a day. What's the minimum online? 4 hours on the online course and pass your practice exam with a 70%, right? Here's how you schedule your exam. It's through Pearson VUE. That's the phone number. That's the website if you wanted to go book it online yourself. Here's a cool thing. Can you do a remote exam? Can you test from home? Yes. I'm going to cover some of the like reasons why we would not do that generally, but you can if you are sort of like in a pickle, right? And then licensing forms, we're going to talk about this too. I'm going to use somebody live tonight. I'm going to go into their app and show you where we upload forms and how to do those forms yourself as well ahead of time. Okay. So every single state, right? Like I didn't even know earlier, I was talking to Zach Reynolds, and I was like, well, man, like if you can't find a place to test close by, just test online, worst case. And he goes, well, I didn't know you could do that. And I said, hold on, let me look. And sure enough, I went and looked in West Virginia, you are not allowed to take a remote exam. You have to take it in person. Okay. So questions on any of this, guys? Like if you need to schedule your exam, easiest way to go do it is jump right into one of these and go look, or right, or if you're brand new and you want to like do it yourself, you want to feel like super independent in your app, right? And Miss Victoria, I can see you, right? So we're gonna use you just because you're on screen and I know you don't have a license yet. So once this loads, right? So like I'm your regional vice president, I can go look at people's versions of their homepage, right? Like their app, what they see when they log in. So Miss Victoria. It's like Victoria, when you log in to your app on your phone, this is exactly what you see, right? So check this out, bro. You've got a $50 bonus credit banked right now. So that's your 50 bucks that you get for logging into your app. Right? It's like a welcome gift, like thank you, but you got to log in for your new recruits within the first 24 hours. That's why we do it immediately at the IBA so we don't lose anybody money. Right now, if you come in during the month of June, if you finish your pre-licensing course, just the course, right? All of the chapters for your state, your practice exam, your certificate exam, they're going to give you, Primerica is going to give you an extra 100 bucks into your bonus account. So that's why for everybody right now, if you're within your first 30 days, your bonus down here should say 300 instead of 250. But once you go past this next 14 days for you, Victoria, if you don't have your pre-licensing complete, that's going to drop to 250. Okay. Now here's the other thing. Look, you've got your first teammate, so you've got a recruit under your belt and you've got one policy. So if you have one more tiny life app, it's going to take you over 1,000 premium annually. And that bonus is going to jump to 250. Then you finish your course, it's going to jump to 300. Everybody with me on the bonus and stuff so far? I mean, heck, if you're going to do it, just do it a little bit faster. Bank the extra 50 bucks. Why not? Right? Because we don't always offer this. Right? Some months you'll come in and that extra 50 won't be there. The 50 for logging into your app is always there. But this one, not always. Okay. But if you just keep scrolling down, right? And if you're unlicensed, do this on your phone. If you just keep scrolling down, you're going to see a spot right here that says my outstanding licensing docs. And you can do it from your computer too, right? You can do it from your computer too. But if you click it, it's going to bring up your licensing docs that are outstanding, not like outstanding, like really good, right? But just the ones that we need to do still. And so here's some ones, right? Miss Victoria, you can do these right now. Like submit front and back copy of your ID. If you click the upload now, it should take you to a spot where you can literally take a picture of those and you can upload it right into your app. Not every state requires this. Georgia is one of them. Okay. Or just take pictures of the front and back of your driver's license. And then when you click that, you can just upload the pictures. Super simple, right? The other thing that's in here for Georgia, right? If you sign now, like if you don't click temporary because you want a permanent license, click permanent and it'll take you into a DocuSign. You can fill that out. It sends the document right into the regional licensing center. Easy peasy. Okay. Now, the last thing for Georgia, because again, Georgia is extra for some reason. I don't know why. They're the only ones that require a notarized document. Okay. So this notarized citizenship form right here, you need to download that and print it. You need to take it to a notary, sign it in front of the notary, and then upload the notarized version. It's only for Georgia, right? So I'm going to use Georgia really quick, and then I'm going to jump to another state just to kind of give you an example of how different it can be just between two different states. Okay. So let me jump out of this and I can see Miss Tammy, right? So I'm gonna use Miss Tammy.
No, I think for Georgia, they just have to email that pass notice since there's not a place to upload it.
True. True, true, true. Oh yeah, Kaylee just said banks have notaries, right? Banks have notaries, so that's fun. Banks have notaries. There's also like mobile notaries, right? I've used a mobile notary here before. Like I literally called someone, they drove to me. It cost me like 20 bucks. They opened the back of their car, like folded something down, notarized it, and drove away. Easiest thing I ever did in my life, right? Super simple. Cheyenne said City Hall has notaries for free. I didn't know, right? This is why we have meetings. So Miss Tammy, check us out, girl. Look, you already got your licensing complete, right? Your pre-licensing is done. You've already got your first teammate. That's why your bonus is already sitting at 300, and you've already gotten your first promotion. So congratulations, right? So you're a 35% commission contract. Let's check out your licensing docs. Let's see what's going on. Man, you guys are dropping some knowledge tonight. Library does it for free. Bank is free. Psh, go on. Give me the, I like free, right? I like free. All right, Miss Tammy. So look, different state, right? Different state. So we need to submit copies of fingerprints when you do them. You can't do them until you're done with your license. Copy of your life license once you have it, right? Score reports. So a pass notice and a fail notice. And there's some weird stuff. This is new, right? And Haley actually taught me something the other day. She said, if you upload your fail notice and then you go take your readiness exam again and get another 75%, Primerica will give you a new voucher to go schedule your exam for free. Who knew? It gets better all the time, right? It's like that old commercial, like, but wait, there's more, right? This is new, and we're constantly making it better for everybody. So this is great. But yeah, or you pass, which is what I hope happens on the first try for everybody. Then you just upload it here for if your state requires it. Okay. If you don't have a pass notice like in your system, we still want to send a copy of that into the regional licensing center. It just you need to. Okay. But the default way to send things into the RLC is through this. This is sort of like an automatic digital version of a fax. And they have 48 hours to action something that came through this portal. If you just email it, you kind of just go into the queue, right? You just whenever they sort of get to it. Here's the other thing about calling and talking to someone at the regional licensing center. They're just people. And chances are, if you never call them and you're just waiting on something to happen, it's a coin toss. But like I did today, right? I was wondering why Miss Julia Ayers wasn't appointed yet. And I called and I spoke to someone and she said, hey, we're just waiting on the background check. We're waiting on the state. It's a third party verification thing. And I said, yeah, but she's already licensed and has been licensed in multiple states. This shouldn't be moving a little faster. Isn't there something that you can do? And guess what? Lo and behold, she's not appointed yet, but later, like an hour and a half later, I got an email that came through that said her IBA was approved, which means her background check is complete. But I really don't think I would have ever gotten that email had I not made that phone call. Guess what, guys? You just squeaky wheel gets the grease. Well, guess what? Sometimes you just got to go poke the bear. Just go poke them, right? Just go poke them because it'll create traction. Something's going to change. Something's going to happen. Okay. And listen, I know this is going to be a little dry tonight. I I'm sorry. Sometimes we just got to do some like boring stuff because if you don't know how to get your license, I can't ever help you get any money, right? People like money, but we got to do the boring thing on the front end. Okay. So, questions on any of this so far? Anything. You can unmute yourself. I don't care, right? It's just us tonight. I want to make sure you guys are straight on this. You can put it in the chat too if you want, right? Okay. Last thing, sort of on here, really quick, when it comes to licensing and getting through things, I want you guys to know that your field trainers, right, and we can see where you are in progress, and we can see when the last time you logged into your curriculum was, right? So if I'm looking at licensing status, and I'll get rid of this just so I can get rid of names, right? But if I'm looking at licensing status, I can see somebody is brand new, right? They just came in today and they've already been in the course for 30 minutes. That's awesome. A couple of people came in the last 2 days and they haven't touched it, right? Here's what I'm usually looking for, right? If somebody's been in for a week, but they haven't touched their course since the day they came in, that's a problem. If you've been in for a week and you haven't touched your licensing course, well, now you're a week behind on your 30-day fast start. You're a week behind on your extra $50 bonus. Not registered is also a problem, right? If you're not registered, well, God bless. That means you can't even get into your course. And so sometimes, right, if you're not registered, there's an issue. Well, so one, I know Haley would not do that, right? So there's something going on, right? Sometimes that means the field trainer like set them up, but it never like they never went and logged in themselves. That happens too. Okay. But check this out, guys. Like the one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. I don't understand why people would pay 124 bucks to get their license, get their background check, and then never do anything. I know I will never understand it, but you'd have to just know that people are out there, that people are going to do it. I don't know why, but they are, right? They exist. They exist. Okay. So like I go through and I look at this. So like let's just see. I have no idea who this is, but let's see. Right. They were logged in today. They've been in the course like a little over 5 hours. It looks like they need 12 chapters to complete. They've gone through four. This is somebody in California, right? Just because, like, think about this. If you were in California, the minimum time that you have to spend in the course is 32 hours. South Carolina was 4. So just remember, if you think that your online course sucks, somebody's is worse. Somebody's is worse. But here's the thing, right? 32 hours is a lot, but how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. You just gotta get in there and do it, right? If you get in there and you spent 2 hours a day on the course, because here's the other fun thing, it doesn't matter how fast you finish the chapters, the course still will make you sit in there for 32 hours. So every time you log in and you're messing with a course, every time you log in and you're sitting on a practice exam or a certificate exam or a readiness exam, depending on what your state has, all of that is logging time. Okay. All of that is logging time. So don't think that it's that difficult. You just got to plan it. You got to schedule it. You got to put that thing on your calendar and you got to make it happen. Because I promise you, what's going to happen for most of you if you don't schedule it, you're going to go a month or 45 days and then you're going to be like, oh, I'm running. I didn't have time. No, that's not valid. You didn't make time. Guys, I promise you, the one of the most frustrating things you will ever hear in this business from people that really want to do it is, "Hey, I want to do it. I'm just really busy. I just don't have any time." We all have 168 hours in a week. The time is there, but you have to make time. You have to prioritize what you're doing. I'm gonna I'm gonna do the 168 thing later tonight because everybody needs to see this. But just so you know, like we can see exactly what's going on, right? Here's a fun one. Somebody's been in the course for 106 hours. This generally tells me that somebody is logged in and fell asleep. It's okay. It's okay as long as we know that that's the reality of it. But if you had actually been in the course for 106 hours and we're not done yet, we would have a massive problem. But I know what this is. Like they logged on, they fell asleep. So, but hear my heart on this. The best way to get through this course is get through it very fast. The license will teach you nothing about running the business. Zero. The license makes you legal. The license does not teach you anything about the business. You have to do the license because without the license, I can't get you paid because you're not a legal agent. But if you just get the license and we never get in the field and we never do any field training, you'll never run across a situation like I just did tonight, right? I replaced a girl's whole life policy that she's had for almost 8 years now. She's been paying $185 a month for $119,000 in coverage. Think about this. $119,000 in coverage for $185 a month. If I had met her when she was 38, oh, by the way, when she was 38, she had never had cancer and she was healthy as a horse. If I'd have gotten her a $500,000 at 38, I could have given it to her for 35 years and it would have been like $48 a month because she would have come back preferred. I promise you. So the difference, watch this. Like, well, let's just do it. Now you got me on my soapbox. I guess I got myself on my soapbox. I can't really blame anybody else for my soapbox. It's just me. But watch. But this is why we buy term and invest. And Dwayne actually like hit me up today and he's like, "Oh my God, I think I finally get it." His little light bulb went off, right? Because he goes, "Is it true that if you have cash value and a death benefit, you don't get both?" And I said, "Amen. Yes. There's a very, very singular case where if you have what's called option B on an IUL, you will get both, but you will pay through the nose to have that option. It's way more expensive. Okay. So let's use my girl, right? So she was 38, she would have been 73 when her term was up. It would have been an extra $140 a month we were saving her that we could have been investing at a 9% rate of return, guys. That's almost 400 grand. By the time she was 73, that's when her term life insurance policy would have been up. What's the max value in cash that her whole life policy could ever become if she didn't die and live to 100 if the death benefit was 119,000? I'll wait. Put it in the Zoom chat. Who knows? Who knows? What's the max value on any cash value policy? It's just the death benefit, right? It's just the death benefit. So the maximum amount of cash that could have ever been in her policy was 119,000. How old would she have been when it reached 119,000? Everybody should know this one. Almost everybody should know this one. 100. 100 years old when that cash value and the death benefit would have equaled out. At that point, that's like winning the life insurance lottery. You've lived long enough. You didn't pay for your, like right now, you get the 119,000. Whoop-de-doo. Watch this. Let's just say she lived to 100 with this, right? She stopped investing, right? She would have stopped investing here, but we're not gonna put in any more money. Because let's be honest, if she wanted the 119,000 in cash value, she could have never pulled any money out, right? So she would have never pulled any money out of this either, and she would have stopped investing. And if we just let it rip, just let it ride for another 27 years. You think your family would rather have 119 grand or 4.6 million? Shoot dang. That's insane, right? Now, do you see why we tell clients that you should buy term and invest? Guys, the math never lies. You win this way. Why do you think whole life companies that sell you cash value whole life insurance, they're happy as hell if you make it to 100? If I was going to make almost $5 million, I'd gladly hand you 100K when you were 100 years old to let me invest your money and keep 4.7 of it or 4.6. That's crazy, right? But that's the difference. That's the difference, guys. Okay, so I promised you we were going to talk about licensing. Who right now is like ready to schedule and has no idea what to do? Put it in the Zoom chat. If you're ready to schedule your exam and you don't know what to do, put it in the Zoom chat. Anybody? Or is everybody ready to go? Because there's a whole bunch of people that have their licensing complete that either haven't scheduled yet or it's just not listed. But if nobody's put in the Zoom chat, that means everybody that's complete, it should be taking their exam in like the next week, right? Okay, great. Well, for those of you that don't know, or if you're so new that you're not ready to do it yet, that's fine. Depending on your state, right? You can, if you pass the readiness exam with a 75%, you can get a voucher. It's like 10, 12, 16 characters long. Make sure you are focused when you write it down because you can mess it up, right? But get your voucher. That means you can schedule your exam for free. If you fail it with a 65%, because in most states you need a 70. If you fail it with a 65% or better, you can schedule it again for free. Depending on your state now, if you totally mess it up, you need to take the readiness exam again, and then they'll get you a new voucher. But if you take it and you don't get the voucher and you just pay for it, when you pass, you get reimbursed. You get reimbursed for the test that you pass. You don't get if you take it 13 times and you pass on the 14th time, you get reimbursed for the 14th iteration. Primerica is not going to reimburse you to just go in there and throw darts at the wall. Just for transparency. Okay. Here's the other thing. I would say it's probably 50-50. 50% of people will go in there and just take the test and pass. The other 50% usually need a second or third look at it. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. If you have to take it a couple of times, the first one, it was just a practice run. It was just a trial. Don't worry about it. Don't get in your head about it. And here's the other thing. If you're worried about failing, but you never take it, can you ever pass if you never take it? No, you can't. So you might as well get through the dang thing quickly and go take a look at it and then go from there. Maggie, everything changes based on the state. For Georgia, I want to say it's 80 questions, 10 of which are like uh 90. Okay. 90 for Georgia. Right? See? This is why I don't try to memorize it because I just go look usually. But Georgia, 90 questions. I think 80 of them are real, meaning 10 of them are like testable or like testing the test type questions. And then you need a 70%. What's up, Haley?
If they get past one or two times trying to take it, we might need to look up and see if there's any limitations.
Yeah, so we found out the hard way that South Carolina, you can only take the test 6 times in a year in a 12-month span. Right. So we're dealing with trying to get some sort of like waiver authority right now, but six is the max. Okay. Six is the max, apparently. Serena said South Carolina has 85. Some states have 80. One state only has like 50. I'm telling you guys, it's insurance is a state regulated thing, so it changes based on your state. All right. Um, the licensing stuff is a big deal because we got to get it in, right? Dwayne, great point, man. Personally, guys, I don't want you to take your exam remote unless that is like the only option and we've exhausted every other option. Here's why. If you're going to take your exam remote and your Wi-Fi is down, you're screwed. If your proctor doesn't show up, you're screwed. If your software that you have to download onto your computer is not compatible for whatever reason, or your computer is not compatible. So there's like testable things that you can do beforehand. You can't take it on a Chromebook. You can't take it on an iPad. It has to be either like a Windows or a Mac, actual like laptop or computer, right? It has to be in an enclosed like room. You need to be in a room by yourself with no noise. I've heard of people's proctors canceling their exams because the dog was barking. You have to kind of look at it from the proctor's perspective. If the dog is barking, generally it's barking at somebody. So the proctor kind of has to go, well, is that person over there giving them like Patriot like cue card, like they're calling plays for them or something? Like you don't know, right? You have to be able to like spin the room with your laptop and the camera. Like there's just so much, there's just so much. Personally, go. Go to a testing center, go to a testing site. When you walk in, you're gonna feel like it's like Fort Knox, right? It's like way overkill. But you have to remember the testing center is doing tests for life insurance, uh, FINRA, like federal investment exams, all sorts of exams. Like they just pull up your test on your computer, right? It's just a room of computers. So you're gonna walk in, you can't take in anything with you except your driver's license. You show who you are. Like every time I went through, right, they like wand you with a metal detector. You can't take anything in with you, right? It's so just be prepared for that. But oh yeah, and if you're taking it from home, there can be nothing on your desk, right? It literally nothing, just the keyboard and the mouse. So there's things to like prepare for. Um,
Wait, I have a question. I'm sorry.
yeah, let me start.
I just put my son to sleep, so I missed that. What can't we take in with this when we go in person to take the exam?
Nothing. When you walk into the testing center, there's going to be like lockers outside. Put everything in there. Like if you have medications or something that you would need access to, you can like leave it out and you can like get access to it. But like if you get up during the exam to go to the bathroom or anything, all that time is just counting against you. There's no like stopping the clock or nothing.
Oh,
You literally just walk in with your driver's license.
okay.
Yep.
Dwayne, there's a testing center in downtown Augusta, and Aiken Tech is also a testing center for our local people.
Yep. The and like for testing centers, guys, like I can't pull that up right now because the best thing that you can do is go on to your specific state site, right? And set up your profile. Like, so if you're in Georgia, right? Go to Georgia, go to the Pearson View site right here. Bum, bum, bum. And when you get here, create an account. You're going to need one anyway, right? Go here, create an account. It's just your personal information. And then when you create the account, you can see like different testing sites and testing centers, or like find a test center. Like, I don't know. What's your somebody give me an address. Like what's somebody give me your Georgia address if you want to like find something. And we'll just see what pops up. Here we go. 4116 Dunes Drive. Oh, I didn't like that. Too many ones. Doesn't like your address, Haley. Let's just try a simple. Let's see if it pops up like this. There we go. I don't know. So Augusta Tech, right? So from Evans, right? All of these different ones, all over the place. Two different places though, within 10 miles, right? That's generally what will happen. And so this is, and because this is just for Georgia. But like if you guys, if you want to see like availability and that sort of stuff, you're gonna have to create a profile and then go look. But this will tell you about the place. Most of the time it's Monday through Friday. Sometimes there's weekend ones available. Generally though, if you need a weekend exam, you're probably looking at scheduling a few weeks out or doing it online. Okay. Any other questions, guys? I'm hammering licensing right now because we've like our licensing numbers have been fairly slow lately. And I think it's just because I haven't been talking about it enough. But expect me to like be focusing on this more because if you never get your license, we can't do anything. And oh, by the way, if you never get your license, your bonus will never pay. So let me hit this really fast as well. Right. So bonuses within the first, right? So if I log in and I look at your stuff, it'll say field training bonus days left, right? So let's come down here to somebody who's running out of time. You're running out of time, right? So like, okay, I'm sure she's not on me. So Miss Cassidy, right? She's got 51 bonus days left, right? But she's got 21 days left to finish her pre-licensing, or the bonus gets cut in half. Okay. So when your people sign up, they have 60 days to complete their pre-licensing. So all the chapters, the practice exam, certificate exam, or readiness exam, whatever they got going on, right? You got 60 days. If you don't finish inside that time, your bonus gets cut in half. So instead of having 50, you'll have 25. If that's all you've got, instead of getting 200 for every recruit and 1,000, you get 100. It doesn't completely go away, but it just gets cut in half. So that's like your incentive to like, hey, just go a little faster, right? Just go a little faster. So get that done as much as possible. Here's the other thing. If your POL is inactive, you will not get your bonus paid out. You won't, right? And so let's go look at one really fast, right? I'm gonna pull up Miss Tammy again because she's doing the right thing, right? So because I'm going to show you the rules like right here, right? So Miss Tammy's got her 300, right? Her POL is active. Your $50 bonus that you have logged in only happens if you log in with the first 24 hours. The bonus credits, the 200 for every 1x1, only pays if you pass your exam within 90 days of coming into the business. Okay. Credits convert to an actual bonus only if you obtain your life license. And then once you're life licensed, obviously there is no more bonus because you're just earning a commission. So just the way I like to explain the bonus, guys, is it's a deferred commission. It's a delayed commission. We're giving you a little incentive to actually go finish your license, and it's a financial incentive to go set up training appointments and train in the field, right? the the best way to do this is to get your pre-licensing done super fast. Then you know it's done. Your bonus is not going to get cut in half. You're set, right? Then you schedule your exam and we keep training because if you have passed your exam, well, you're guaranteed that your bonus is going to pay. And if you've passed your exam, we should be doing even more training because that means you're about to get licensed. And would you rather have your license and feel like you're prepared to go help a client, or have your license and then need to bring a trainer and split the commission? Do it while get trained while someone else is going to do the work. You get the bonus because two, right? The whole goal is to get your bonus increase, or excuse me, your commission increased to the highest level possible. Because wherever we get you to, you keep it. You never go down. And if you can get to a 50 or 60% contract while someone else is doing the work and your job is smile and nod and take notes. You set the appointment, you smile and nod. It's never going to be easier, right? It's never going to be easier. My goal is to get everyone at least to a 50% commission contract. Because if you get to a 50% contract, guys, on average, you're making somewhere around $400 or $500 an appointment. Let me show you what I mean. So I'm gonna pull up the orientation packet that everybody should have, right? That we use, because in here is a cool sort of like chart. Every single one of these is the same client. Average client, $1,000 annual premium, meaning policy is 84 bucks a month. If you're going to help a client with a policy of about 84 bucks a month, would you rather do it as a representative and earn and make 250, get about $188 direct deposited, or do it as a like division, same client, but now you're going to make 450 up front and then have your 150 down the road as earns. So understand this, right? Your commission is your commission. It's literally just the annual premium times your commission. That's how much money you make writing one life insurance policy. Just one client. Okay. We advance you 75% of the policy, right? So let's just say you write 1,000 AP app, you're at a 50% contract. You make 500. Direct deposit going into your checking account in a few days is 375. The rest of your 500 that you made gets paid out as earns. We call that month 10, 11, and 12 of the first year of the policy. 75% advance up front is like the first 9 months. Months 10, 11, and 12, you're going to get 3 equal installments between the, I mean, what is that? $42 a month, $41. You're never going to remember 10 months from now what you wrote 10 months ago. A little bit of money is just going to show up. You keep writing, well, guess what? It's going to accumulate. I got paid almost $900 in earns this month. I have no idea what I did 10 months ago. I can go look, but who cares? The money just showed up, right? And the more you do it, the more it'll come. It literally just shows up. All right. So think about this. Most of you are in your fast start window, right? You've been in for about 30 days or less. Here's the other fun thing. I control the 30-day fast start. If you had some like extenuating circumstances and you came in and life went sideways for 2.5 or 3 weeks because you were moving and doing something else, talk to me. Let's have a conversation. I'm a human being. I'll restart your 30 days. I don't care. I want you to win. I want you to like, and because if life like threw you some lemons and we weren't able to make lemonade, let's do it. I mean, we'll do it later, right? This chart has nothing to do with your Primerica bonus, has nothing to do with your timeline on Primerica. Okay. So don't stress on that. But just understand in the beginning, we got to get you at least one by one. If I can't get you a recruit and at least 1,000 in premium annually, I can't get you a bonus, which means you're not going to get promoted and you're not going to get a bonus of any kind. We have to at least get you a one by one minimum. Okay. Here's the bigger thing too. Like you gotta get me or your field trainer or somebody in front of a client. I don't care if it's your mom and dad. I don't care if it's your brother. You need to get us in front of somebody. Here's why. One, you need to see that this thing works. You like for real, like you need to see that this works. Two, you need to let me show your people or Haley or Matt or Dwayne, whoever, it doesn't matter. You need to let one of us show somebody all of the things that you're going to be doing. And then you need to let me make them tell you how great it is. My like that guys, that's my job, right? We sit down with somebody, even if we don't help them move forward, like even if they don't become a client, that's okay. Sometimes you learn, sometimes you earn, sometimes both. But even if we don't help them move forward with anything, right? At the end of that, I'm still going to say, man, Tammy, isn't this awesome? Don't you see so much value in what Angela's going to be doing? Right? Isn't this great? Can't you see how she's going to be helping people? I mean, let's be honest, you're probably going to send her a ton of referrals down the road, right? You probably know 5 or 10 people right now that we should get in front of. What's she going to say? She's going to say, yeah, of course. Even if she's blowing smoke, she's going to say, yeah, of course. But then Angela can come back and say, hey, Miss Tammy, who are those 5 or 10 people that you said I should get in front of? Put her on the spot. That's the whole point. Now, if we helped her and we moved forward, perfect, even better. Because I'm still going to ask for those 5 or 10 referrals for you from them. That's what it's all about, guys. But if you never put me in front of anybody, one, you'll never see what it's supposed to look like. You're just going to sit back and go, oh, this thing never works. You can't say it doesn't work. It works. It's been going for almost 50 years. It works. Jen knows. She met Art Williams herself back in the 90s. She knows, right? It works. But you got to work it. All right. But you got to work it. So that's kind of like that's where I want to stop for licensing right now. Getting licensed fast, guys, you have to. The only way you can get licensed fast is just get in there and do it. Get in there and do it. Quit trying to memorize everything. Just get in there, get exposed to the information, get through it quickly, take the quizzes, move on. You should be spending the majority of your time in exam FX, in the practice exam, or the certificate or readiness exam. That's where the majority of your time should be coming. You should be preparing for the test by simulating the test. That is literally the best way to study. I promise you. And in the practice exam, you can take it in study mode, meaning you click an answer, you get immediate feedback. Or you can take it in exam mode, where you click it, you don't know until the end, right? For me, it helped me the most to go take the test, look at all the ones I got wrong. I was making like screenshots of all the ones I got wrong and just saving them. And then I just went back through those like flashcards. Because for some reason, there were like a couple series of questions that I just kept getting wrong. But it's because the system asks stupid questions. It's like not this of these versions of that. And I'm just like, half the time, you know the material, you just don't understand the way the question's being asked. So give yourself some grace when it comes to that. And remember, for almost every state, it's only a 70%. Right? It's only a 70%. Yeah, annuities are going to kick your butt, guys. It's your introduction to investment stuff. If you've never seen it before, of course it's going to kick your butt. Right? It's okay. Right? It's okay. But listen, I want to do some social media stuff really, really fast because I think for a lot of people, the struggle is nobody will talk to me, nobody wants to help me, nobody. Well, I'm here to tell you that while that may be like a roadblock that you're hitting, it's not that nobody wants to help you. I think for a lot of us, it's that we're going about it the wrong way. And here's what I mean. Let's use Facebook. Angel, I'm going to put you on blast, girl, because we had this exact conversation earlier. Okay. Angel and I were talking about this, and she's like, hey, I'm having trouble. I'm not getting much feedback. Nobody's responding to me. Right. And so this is her current opportunity post. It's pinned, it's public. I love it, right? Bunch of comments, lots of shares. Good. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not worried about that right now, right? I'm going to scroll down here. We got kids, we got family, we got all sorts of other stuff going on. I like that. Here's the one that I wanted to look at. Not this one. There's another one. There's one where she posted her pass notice. Oh, look at me. Yay. I'm just kidding. Hold on. It's way down here. Way. Not this one. That's a good one too, though. Way back. Way back. Dang, girl. There it is. Look at this. Okay. She, guys, listen, people are watching all the time. All the time. They're watching all the time. But check this out. Back on April 15th, she posted her pass notice. Can anybody tell me how many God blessed comments are on this thing? And how many people reacted? Over 100 people reacted, and there are 92 comments. Now, I would argue that if Angel was doing the social media play correctly, half of those comments should be her, which is good because that's how you engage traffic. If somebody comments and you reply to the comment, it drives the algorithm, more people will go see it. So Angel and I were chatting today, and she said, "Hey, I've been texting all of these people. I'm getting ghosted. I'm getting left on red." And I said, "Well, first of all, sending a text message is a surefire way to just get left on red for most people. If you're really trying to set an appointment, you need to reach out to these people and have a conversation, right? Now, to her defense, she said, "Hey, like most of these people, the only ones that I have, like the only communication I have with them, like directly is through Facebook or Facebook Messenger." I said, "Perfect, perfect, right? I love it. I love it. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go back to every single one of these people that commented or liked your thing and send them a direct message. Send them a direct message and say, hey, listen, Phyllis, right? Thanks so much for commenting on the post when I passed. I've got my license now. I still need to get some training. Would you be open to sitting down and helping me get some training?" That's a message. Now, if somebody responds to the message and you don't have their phone number, can I teach you something really cool when it comes to Facebook, Facebook Messenger? Like, I mean, I don't know what that little guy is right there that looks like a phone, but it looks like a phone. If you don't have their phone number and you're messaging with someone on Facebook and you can see the reactions and you can see the little thing, you can see that they saw their message, right? Well, there you go. God bless. Click the button. Hey, can I call you really quick? I just want to have a conversation. I would just rather do this almost in person. Guys, have a conversation, especially if you're talking to a little bit older generation. They don't want to text you. They would rather talk to you. And I promise you, even if they didn't know that their phone could do it, like a phone call through Facebook, if you call them, it's going to show up as a red or a green option. It's pretty simple. They're going to click the green one. Have a conversation. And then when you have that conversation, right? Hey, Jen, how you doing, girl? You been okay? Right? It's some small talk. They're your people. You're not cold calling somebody. You guys good, right? Everybody's still skating. Yeah, everybody's good, right? Everybody's, yeah, perfect. Hey, listen, I mean, I know you saw that I got my license. I really got to get some training in. You were one of the first people that I thought of. I would love to sit down and just show this to you because it would really help me out. And I mean, if you can use it, great. And if not, that's okay too. But I got to get some training in. When would be better for us to sit down for you? Like weekdays or weekends? Now, if you know them, don't hesitate and try to get them in like today or tomorrow. Now, if it's 9 o'clock at night, guys, don't say today, right? Say, hey, Friday or Saturday, what would be better for you? And wait for them to respond. They're gonna generally pick one, right? Like, oh, I don't know, man. Friday's probably like Saturday. Perfect. Have a calendar open when you are doing this. I don't care whose calendar you're using. Mine, Haley's, like, whoever is your direct trainer, have their calendar open. If you know they're going to be out of pocket for the weekend and they're not available, Go get my calendar. Tell them, like, hey, if you're not free, I'm going to use no. Is that fine? Is that cool? Yeah, perfect. So listen, hey, Saturday's good, right? Do you want to do morning or afternoon? Just ask them. They're going to pick one. You want to do like morning before soccer, like, and everything gets crazy, or you want to do like after lunch? Afternoon, perfect. Do you want to do like 2 or 3 o'clock? I'll pencil you in right now. And as soon as they say it, pick it, click it, take it. If it's blue on the calendar, guys, you can have it. You don't have to call anybody. You don't have to text anybody. You just click view booking page. If it's blue on the calendar, you can click it, you can book it. Now, the one thing I will say is if you're taking an appointment slot, try to take it at the top of the hour. Try to take it at 10, try to take it at 11, try to take it at 1, because it leaves the rest of that appointment window, right? It leaves the next slot open. Here's why. Like if you come in and you take a 5:30 slot, that's going to go from 5:30 to 6:30, but then I can't run one from 6 to 7. You with me? So instead of doing 5:30, just do it at 5. Or if they're free from 5:30 to 6:30, well, they're generally going to be free from 6 to 7. If they can't do 5, just do 6. That's on you to make sure that they have the right option. Don't say, hey, you want to do like 5:15? Don't do that. It's a weird time anyway. Say, hey, you want to do 5 or 6? I promise you, you book somebody at 5:15, they ain't coming because it's just a weird time. They're going to forget, or they're going to be late, right? Or they're going to be early. Either way, they're not going to be on time. So just say 5 or 6. Just do top of the hour stuff. It's way easier. Okay. But that's important, guys. If you're not calling them to set an appointment, the odds that you're going to be able to convert that conversation or that interaction into an appointment go down drastically. Let's be honest. How much success have you guys been having sending text messages to try to book appointments? Be honest with me, because we can't fix it if we don't know that it's broke, right? Not much, Jen. Thank you for being honest, right? And here's sort of the nasty truth. You're either lying about your activity or you're not doing it. Personally, I would hope you're just not doing it, right? Because if you're just not doing it, then I can fix it. But that's what it looks like. And if you're just sending text messages into the blind and hoping it's going to happen, maybe. Now, I get it, right? Most people converse today and interact via text message. I get that. Once you send somebody a text message, right? Like if you texted me right now and it popped up on my phone and I texted you back, you can bet your biscuits I'm either on my phone in my hand or I'm at my Mac and I'm responding to you. Either way, if you call me because I'm texting you back, the odds of me answering are quite high because I'm probably holding my phone. Stop overcomplicating this, right? So many people in this business screw up the business in the beginning by having this crazy like veil of self-doubt and concern about what someone else thinks about what they're doing. Or they have this crazy concern that they're being pushy, right? Guys, is it pushy if you're just asking a friend for a favor to get some help training? No, it's not. Because here's the best part. If we get in front of them and they're in a situation like my friend where I just saved her 60 bucks a month and got her 4 times the coverage for the next 25 years, do you think we ended that conversation with her being mad at me? No. Do you know how many, listen, hear my heart on this. Like, hear my heart on this. Do you know how many times I have followed up with that woman? It took me a year to get that policy done. I'm not kidding. Maybe closer to 15 months. Who cares? I'm persistent as hell. You know why? Because she told me about her hot garbage trash policy over a year ago. And I said, girl, I can fix that. She's like, I know, I'm just busy. You know what her biggest concern was? Her biggest concern was the fact that she had had cancer like 6, 7 years ago, and she was concerned about being declined. I said, who cares? You've already got coverage. It sucks, but it's something. What's the worst thing that happens? We submit the policy and they tell you no, you're no worse off than you are right now. What's the worst thing that happens? That's it, right? That's it. So, guys, our job is to get in front of people, show value, and take the app. Your job is not to determine who's going to get coverage. Your job is not to determine what class of coverage from underwriting it's going to come back. No, absolutely not. Hey, Jen, listen, we submit the policy at standard. If you come back better because you're healthier than the average bear at your age, perfect. You're going to get a refund for the difference we submitted the policy at, and then your policy is going to be cheaper for the rest of the term length that we pick. I mean, if it came back cheaper, Jen, would you ever be mad at me? Look at my head. No, these are the way you ask questions. These are the way you show value. These are the way you remove the angst of someone submitting a policy. And I mean, honestly, Jen, and like, God forbid something goes sideways and you get declined, which I don't think you will, but God forbid it did, right? We're going to send you a letter and a full refund that you submitted with the application. So there's literally, you can see how there's no risk in submitting an application. Am I right? Perfect. So what we're going to do today is we're just going to submit the application and see how it comes back. Sound good? Perfect. Who do you want your beneficiary to be? We're doing this ownership question. You tell me who you want your beneficiary to be. The dang thing's yours now. Now we're just going through the motions of clicking buttons and taking the app. It takes 15 minutes. Super simple, Jen. It takes like 15 minutes. We're going to sign 2 DocuSigns throughout the process. You've done DocuSign before, right? Like you signed a digital signature thing before. Easy. Super easy. We're going to need whatever banking information at the end because we don't put policies on credit cards, right? People cancel those things all the time. I don't want something as important as your life insurance being on a credit card, do you? No way. We're going to put it straight to your checking account, right? So that's what we're going to do. That's it. Take the app. Haley, what do you got, girl?
One thing I'm running into is people are trying to over-explain what we're doing. You're just asking for a favor. You don't have to tell them anything you're doing at all. I can tell you when I did training, all I did was say I need a favor. When they asked what I was doing, I said, I'm doing some financial services. My trainer can help you, can explain it better. Don't tell them what you're doing because you're going to turn them away.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, too many of you guys are out there like trying to sell a policy before we even get on the dang appointment. Listen, when do you clean a fish?
After you catch it.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Philip. I knew somebody would say it. Thank you. But that's it, guys. Like you listen, you some of you guys are out there trying to make like fish fillet sandwiches. You ain't even cast a line. Quit. Quit. You clean a fish after you catch it. So when you guys are going to set an appointment, I literally just want you asking for a favor. Hey, Jen, listen, I'm working on some financial licensing. I got to get some training in, right? It'd probably take 30 minutes, right? Maybe a little longer if you can use something. Just be honest. Because for real, like if I'm on an appointment with somebody and I'm getting like the dead fish sort of response and they don't want to do anything, they're not moving forward, right? They're like the Marshawn Lynch back in the day when he used to show up to press conferences. I'm only here so I don't get fined, sort of thing, right? Perfect. Perfect. I'm going to be done in probably 25 minutes. 30 if I'm long-winded and we like BS'd too much up front. But if they're not doing anything on the backside of the presentation, it ain't going to take much more than 30 minutes. The appointment is set for an hour in case, like just in case, God forbid, they actually see some value and we can help them. Right. But that's the point. Like that's the whole point. Haley just dropped what she was sending to people, right? Even though I told her not to send text messages, she still did it. She still did it. Now, I don't know.
It worked for me.
There you go, right? It worked. She kept doing it because it worked. Had she done like 50 of them and nothing would have happened, problem. But send the message. Send the message, but have like if you're gonna text somebody that, guys, don't just basically cold send them that text message. And please, for the love of God, don't send somebody a text message like this long, because I've seen that too. Have a conversation, be a person. This is a people business. Okay. I can promise you, though, at the end of the day, most of the time, sending a text message is not going to convert into booking an appointment. It may, but not always. All right. The higher percentage play is calling someone, having a conversation. But in order to call someone, you need to know what you're saying. So you need to have you need to have listened to the appointment setting audio and practice your script out loud, right? Even if it's just a simple one, like what Haley just showed in that text, even if it's just that simple version, or this simple version, something along these lines, right? Now, remember, this is a conversation, right? Hey, Julia, it's Noah, girl. How you doing? Good. Wait for answer, right? You got it. This is a conversation. Hey, family's good, right? Kids are good. Grandkids are great. Hey, listen, the reason I'm actually calling, I don't know if I mentioned this the last time we talked or you saw it on Facebook maybe. I'm actually getting some financial licenses, or for you, right, Miss Julia? I'm getting back into the financial game. I just wanted to set up a time to pop on a Zoom call, show you what we're doing. That way, if you can use it or somebody you know in the future could use it down the road, you'd feel comfortable knowing what we do. So I mean, listen, as far as us getting together, it's just a Zoom call. What's better for you guys? Tomorrow or Saturday? Weekdays or weekends? Right? I don't care what you say, but you got to think about it like a funnel, and we're just like necking it down to get you into booking the appointment. And while you're going through this script, you should have that calendar open, because if they tell you an answer, you need to book that thing right now, right? Weekdays or weekends, perfect. Saturday or Sunday. Saturday, perfect. You want to do like morning or afternoon? Afternoon, perfect. You want to do 2 or 3? I'll pencil you in right now. Hey, do me a favor. Give me the best email for you. I probably have your old like AOL email. They're gonna give you their email, right? You have their phone number. You're probably already talking to them, right? Hey, listen, I'm gonna get you a Zoom link. It's super simple. The meeting will take like 30 minutes, 30, 40 minutes maybe. And if you're, please make sure your spouse is there, right? If they're married, you want both spouses present. Because if we're trying to do this with just the wife or just the husband, it's a one-legged appointment. It ain't going to stand up. You're not moving forward without both decision makers present. All right. Guys, that's it. That is literally it. And for any of you guys that are here right now, you're new within the last 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days. If you've not even sat on your own first appointment yet, that's priority number one. Priority number one is making sure you've at least seen it for yourself, so that if you're going to sit down with somebody or you're having that conversation, you've at least seen it. Priority number two is everybody needs to call Answer Financial and quote their own home and auto. God forbid they save you some money on your freaking car insurance, right? But you need to call more so that you understand when you're asking someone else to call or you're giving them that information, that you know what to tell them. Oh, man, I just called. Yeah, took like 30 minutes. It was simple. Or they're going to save you a bunch of money. Like, yeah, like within 20 minutes, he told me, and then it took like another 20, 30 minutes to get everything done. I don't know. In less than an hour, though, you're going to be done. And they're either going to like save you a grip of money, or you'll find out in like 20, 30 minutes that they can't save you anything. Right. But guys, that's what it looks like. I know we went a little long.